Well, hello there, y'all. How y'all doing?
It's Katie and Dan in Texas.
Texan Dex in Texas.
So it's Friday afternoon, the workday just ended, and we are headed west out of Stonewall, Texas. So we are now west of Austin. We are making our way to Big Bend National Park this weekend.
We've been in Texas for a little while now, and we've had a really good week exploring around Austin.
I had so much fun in Austin. Like, it is such a cool city. I really enjoyed it. Oh, look, there's a pink limo. I just think Austin is a really cool city. I mean, we showed you around last week, our first weekend there, seeing a bunch of stuff, and that was a ton of fun. And this past week, obviously, we were doing our regular work days, but in the evenings, we had some fun renting bikes and biking around Zilker Park, where we spent a lot of time parked there because there was a free parking lot with a lot of other van lifers in it, actually. We also went thrifting at this place called Uptown Cheapskate, which was a really fun experience. It was cute, and we got some stuff there. Found Dan a pair of shorts. I got myself a few new tops and a pair of shorts as well. And of course, most excitingly, on Wednesday night, we went to a Relient K concert, and Semler was opening, and it was just a lot of fun. I mean, I haven't been to a concert since August of 2019 when I went to see the Jonas Brothers, and that was obviously before, like, the whole world changed, so it's kind of weird, but also fun to be back in a crowd again. I mean, Dan and I were there with our N95 strapped on tight, and we were definitely some of the few people wearing masks. I feel like we're just like little Ontarians trying to get used to it.
Trying to get used to the changes.
Yeah, though back home stuff's changing while we're gone.
Starting to drop the mask mandates back home too.
Yeah.
It was such a fun concert.
Yeah.
I hope that the footage communicates how fun it was for us to be there. It was just fun to do something as like a group event.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I just love live music. Like, it's fun, and it's music that we've been listening to for a long time. Like, we've been listening to Relient K really since we started dating, almost 9 years ago. So it's like nostalgic, and yeah, it was a good time. So with Austin in the rearview mirror, the plan for this weekend is to head where the cell signal is weak, as all those like inspiring Pinterest pins tell you to do. And we're going to the desert, but unfortunately it is cold. It's really cold right now, and I'm hoping that soon it will start to feel warmer, but Vanjie's little thermometer right there is saying that it's currently 6 degrees outside, which is atrocious.
It's supposed to go below freezing overnight. I read that they had snow in Dallas, Texas this morning. But thankfully, we're not in Dallas, Texas.
We're further south than that.
Avoid the snow. They do get snow sometimes. Like, it's not... But it's rare.
Yeah.
It's pretty rare, and it's rare that it happens in March.
Yeah. Anyway, that's the plan, so come along with us to Big Bend National Park.
Oh, hello.
Good job.
It was a little bit chilly last night, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
So here's the situation. Yesterday, the hose that connects from the propane tank to the whole propane system, they call it a propane pigtail, it broke, and I took it off to check how much propane we had, and there's like an O-ring as part of that hose, as part of the connection, that broke. So it meant I couldn't screw it back on, and when I did, propane just like leaked out, which is not good. So basically, last night we were without propane, which means we were without heat, without hot water, and without the ability to cook on our little stove. So that's not good.
The cooking and the hot water thing, you know, that's survivable. But last night was like the coldest night in a long time.
It was cold. Last night was like -5 Celsius or something like that here. It's like very cold. People here are freaking out because it hardly gets that cold around here.
We're freaking out because we were trying to get away from the cold.
I know. This is not what we've planned.
And of course, last night when we didn't know that TSC would have what we needed, and then Walmart didn't have what we needed, we were trying to come up with a contingency plan. So of course we just like bundled up to the nines to sleep last night. But we also bought this Coleman camp stove at Walmart so that we could cook this weekend, because we thought we'd have to order stuff on Amazon to replace this. So anyway, now we're gonna go take our Coleman camp stove back to Walmart and return it because we don't need it now that we've got our own stove fixed. And we'll have heat and hot water again, which is good.
Babe, on the way in here, I noticed a place called Donut Palace. It's right over there. Mm-hmm. I think we've earned ourselves a treat.
I think we better go get some breakfast because we haven't had any yet.
Breakfast at the Donut Palace.
Woohoo!
Let's do it. Okay, this is so good. This is really good.
You can tell, like, first of all, I love Donut Palace because we never would have found this had we not had our little propane adventure. Mm-hmm. And, like, these are fresh. Like, I swear this came out of the fryer, like, probably in the last half an hour. Like, that blueberry donut.
This is so good. Like,
so fresh.
This is probably the best donut I've ever had, honestly.
Mom, please don't be offended. But
this is really good.
Maybe Mom has to try making blueberry donuts sometime.
You also have to consider the context of we had a freezing cold night and then woke up early this morning to do propane dealings.
And haven't had breakfast yet.
This is really good though.
So I got an apple fritter and it's really good.
Fully recommend the Fort Stockton Donut Palace. We are officially in the national park. We took a picture with the sign just over there on the other side of the road. We're reading about the history of the park right here. I think it's gonna be a really fun weekend.
This is super cool scenery. I mean, we've just been, wow, even in wilderness, you'll come across a car line. We've just been driving and like loving the scenery. It's just beautiful. The mountains and the desert, it just looks so cool.
Beside it. Its femur is bigger than you.
Yeah, that's so cool.
Pretty sure those mountains in the distance, that's Mexico. And where we're gonna go a little bit closer. You'll be able to see the Rio Grande River. That's the border between the US and Mexico. So, crazy.
Yeah, that's so cool. So a post office, general store, because there was a bit of a community that lived down here by the hot springs.
Crazy, there's like art on the wall. So these are old. It's like an old abandoned motel, really.
Yeah, it kind of is.
There's pictographs and carvings all along these rocks. Just so cool. It's like such a cool trail. I mean, the rocks themselves are so cool because it's like layers.
Yeah, you can
really see them.
Oh, now I can see the river. Look, there's somebody canoeing.
This is just such a cool place to be. Just feels like everything's going on. They've got crazy rocks, the beautiful river, the pictograms, the ancient ruins, or
yeah, not that ancient, but it's cool.
The abandoned buildings from the 1900s.
Lots of neat stuff.
So cool, so cool. Now we just need to find a hot springs. Like, how did they decide to call this the Hot Springs Trail when there's like so many things going on here? They're really hyping up the hot springs. I have high expectations.
Well, I feel like the hot spring is kind of the origin for a lot of this stuff.
Yeah, you're right.
This really this really nice naturally occurring feature of like a warm bath has been drawing people here, not even just for a century, but for thousands of years.
That's true.
The first people here that, you know, spent time around it left pictographs and stuff. Then 100 years ago or whatever, they left behind this sort of little resort.
That lady walked to Mexico. She was on the other side of the river. The other side of the river is Mexico.
Yeah, I know, it's really crazy, eh? So do you think the part outside of the foundation is warm or cold?
I don't know. Well, let's go find out.
This right here is Mexico. And over here is Texas.
And me.
Which, to be fair, was once part of Mexico, but no longer. As we learned when we went to the Alamo. Now we're on the cool side.
In case it's unclear, there's this old foundation. Inside the foundation, that's where the hot water is, fed by the hot spring.
Mm-hmm.
Outside the foundation, that's just the regular Rio Grande River.
Yeah, which is definitely cooler. But it can't go back and forth.
Either.
It can't go back and forth.
That's actually quite a comfortable temperature.
Yeah. Oh, I'm so freaking nervous right now. I literally am like leaning way over because I can't even look.
From you, that's almost more interesting.
This is way too nerve-wracking for me. I can't. We're like so close on the edge. It's not like the cliff down is that far, but like obviously it would put us out of commission, so I really don't want to go over the edge.
I'm gonna try to not steer us over the edge. My goal is to not fall off the road.
I'm just saying you have a little more room on the right-hand side if you did want to.
I don't want to hit a cactus either.
I would rather hit a cactus.
I can see better on the left side.
I know.
I've been looking for a reason to look the other way. Been waiting here forever.
After a day full of exploring, yesterday we parked for a night here in a campground within Big Bend National Park. And I'm so glad we booked this. I'm so glad we got a spot here because it's just a beautiful setting. We are surrounded by mountains on all sides. This is a basin inside this mountain range.
Oh, well, dude. Oh my god.
For the wildlife.
That I can chew. Even in the witching hour, I say that this tradition.
It's Sunday morning. It's our second day in Big Bend National Park, and we are ready to head to the Scenic Drive, and then we're gonna go to the Santa Elena Canyon, right?
That's exactly right.
We are just taking in these beautiful views. It is incredible. Our campsite is just surrounded by mountains, and it's just so beautiful.
It's crazy. It's so cool. The scenery officially starts now.
This is probably the most impressive scenic lookout we've ever been to because this is like a 360 panorama, mountains every way that you look, and up here we'll be able to see the Santa Elena Canyon that is the destination for this drive.
We'll be over there in an hour or two.
Yeah, I run all day and I run all night and I will get up on my sleep as soon as I die. I can navigate by the stars and the Inclement where they don't give me no pause. I don't need a map or a plan for never see the mile pencil like the back of my hand. No, every road and every place there is to go. I'm a hot shot trucker and it's gonna get the goods for you in less than 24 hours. Yeah, hot shot trucker.
We're headed to, I think, our final destination now. I know we've been taking in a lot of the scenery today, but our last destination will be a hike to Santa Elena Canyon. It's been a hot day, but this is cold as far as this area is concerned. Today the high is like 25, but for this time of year, middle of March, it would regularly be well into the 30s Celsius. And like, heat is a big problem around here. I heard the park ranger saying they often have to rescue people from the trails because they don't realize that it's going to be that hot, and they aren't as prepared as they should be. Here's some tips and info about Big Bend. It's very remote. There aren't any electrical camping sites or anything like that. The visitor centers and stuff do have electricity, but water is limited. There are some water fountains and a couple water fill-up stations, but they ask that you only use 5 gallons of water per day. There's no showers in any of the campgrounds, and the sinks are really like low-flow sinks, because water is really kind of limited out here. We're definitely in the desert, but the temperature can really vary because of the different elevations, and the wind, kind of is different depending on whether you're at the top of a mountain or down in the desert below. Really beautiful views, beautiful scenery as we've been showing you throughout the whole vlog. So I'm really glad we've come. And now for the pièce de résistance, we're gonna do a hike to the Santa Elena Canyon. So once again, this is the Rio Grande River. So that side's America and that side's Mexico.
Is that for real?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't.
Here as well. So you can see all the people on the American side hiking up the canyon.
Forward, listen to my heart. Listen and share.
Pretty cool, eh?
This canyon did not look that big when we were driving down the road.
Yeah.
Now that we're standing here, oh my gosh, it's huge.
Yeah.
Crazy to think that this river just carved this massive, massive canyon.
You said me and you forever will be.
Echo!
Yeah, you can definitely hear it.
Echo!
But now you're gone.
And with that, our time at Big Bend National Park is coming to a close. You'll
Wave
see
bye to the ranger.
we're driving past the ranger
Windows
station
closed.
right now.
Blinds are drawn.
So I hope you've enjoyed spending some time in Big Bend National Park with us. I know we really enjoyed it. This next week we are continuing our journey through Texas, and next weekend, where do we think we'll be?
Probably most of the way to Tucson. Nah, I don't know about that. I think we'll be in White Sands National Park in about a week from now.
So make sure you stay tuned, and we'll see you there in the next video. As always, we miss you all back home. We love you, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye.